Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, who is on his second stint in the Gambia. Major General Abdullah Al-Quraish, who is also the Assistant Commander to the Secretary General of the Islamic Military Counter-Terrorism Coalition based in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Welcome to the Gambia once again. And your colleague, my fellow Brigadier General, Brigadier General Al-Asri Saudi Asri. You are also welcome to the Gambia. My colleagues from the Gambia Armed Forces High Command, the Director of Medical Services, who is here with us, the Director of Training, Commandant, the commanding officers here present, Director of Agri Task Force, the IG, Gambia Armed Forces, the Director of Communication, Director of Peacekeeping, Second in Command, 1 Infantry Battalion, and the Director of Research at the Defense Headquarters. And our colleague who is based at the center, at the IMCTC, who is here, who accompanied our friends from Saudi Arabia, Lieutenant Colonel Balder, our able instructors from the IMCTC, our guys, our friends from the United Kingdom. We are used to you. Your guys have been coming to the Gambia delivering lectures, so we are used to your style of lecturing. We are welcome and thank you for taking up these lectures. The trainees, led by Colonel Bandam, members of the press that are present here, and our PRO, and the staff and instructors of the Gambia Armed Forces Training School. All protocols duly and respectfully observed. Good morning. It is both a privilege and a profound honor to address you today on behalf of the Chief of Defense Staff, Gambia Armed Forces, Lieutenant General Mamat OA Cham, on this auspicious occasion marking the successful completion of the Counter-Terrorism Explosive Ordnance Disposal, EOD, training conducted under the auspices of the Islamic Military Counter-Terrorism Coalition, IMCTC, in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It may interest you to know that the IMCTC is a military alliance of more than 40 countries headquartered in the Royal Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, in which the Gambia is also a member. I think we have 4 slots in that coalition, and presently we have 2 senior military officers already serving there. One of them is here with us. 2 others are on standby for deployment, and I'm sure before the end of this year, they will join them at the center. The counter-terrorism EOD training forms part of a series of capacity building initiatives provided to the Gambia Armed Forces by the Islamic Military Counter-Terrorism Coalition. It could be recalled that last year, specifically in November 2025, the IMCTC also successfully conducted a counter-terrorism training course at the Sadara Keraba Jawara Conference Center for members of the Gambia's Defense and Security Forces. Today's ceremony, therefore, symbolizes far more than the conclusion of a training program. It stands as a testament to the enduring bonds of cooperation between our nations, our shared commitment to international peace and security, and our collective resolve to adopt a holistic and strategic approach in countering terrorism and violent extremism. Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, the importance of explosive ordnance disposal capability in the contemporary counter-terrorism environment cannot be overstated. Terrorist groups, organized criminal networks, and hostile actors increasingly employ explosive devices, not only for their lethality, but also for the psychological fear and widespread disruption they create. These devices pose grave and persistent threats to civilian populations, security forces, and critical national infrastructure. Effective EOD capability is therefore central to modern counter-terrorism operations, enabling early detection, safe neutralization, and controlled disposal of explosive threats. By and large, the successful completion of this short-term training represents a timely and strategic investment in our national defense architecture. May I reiterate that?
Guests, our students, ladies and gentlemen, as we bring this counter-terrorism forces training on mines and explosive ordnance disposal to a close, it is an honour to stand before you and reflect on what has been achieved by the personnel of the Gambian Armed Forces. This course has been demanding by design. The threat posed by mines and explosive ordnance is complex, adaptive, and unforgiving. And only those with the highest levels of discipline, courage, and professionalism can be entrusted to confront it. Throughout this training, the students have demonstrated strong technical aptitude, sound judgment, and the ability to calmly and methodically operate in high-risk environments. This training marks an important awareness in the development of specialist counter-terrorism capability. The EOD, high-risk search, counter-IED, and IED fall within the Gambian Armed Forces counter-terrorism forces. The knowledge and skills gained here establish a solid foundation upon which training, operational experience, and counter-terrorism and advanced capability can be built. What has been achieved during this course is therefore both significant and forward-looking. The capabilities developed extend beyond technical procedures alone. The students have strengthened situational awareness, decision-making under pressure, and an understanding of the discipline and precision required in counter-terrorism operations. These capabilities will directly enhance the effectiveness and readiness of the counter-terrorism forces as they continue to address the evolving threats. Equally important is the professional mindset reinforced through this training. Counter-terrorism is fundamental about protecting life. The lives of civilians, fellow service members, and the communities served. Success in this field is often measured by not what is seen, but by what is prevented. This achievement would not have been possible without the valued support of the Islamic Military Counter-Terrorism Coalition. Their commitment to funding and enabling this training reflects a shared understanding that counter-terrorism requires long-term capacity building, cooperation, and sustained investment in professional forces. Sincere appreciation is extended for their continued support. As the students return to their respective units, they do so with increased capability and enhanced responsibility to apply what they have learned safely, to uphold the highest professional standards, and to continue developing their expertise in service of national security. The strength of any counter-terrorism force lies not only in its equipment, but in the competence, integrity, and professionalism of its personnel. Today represents an important milestone in that journey. In closing, I commend the students for their outstanding commitment and performance, and I acknowledge all those who contributed to the successful delivery of this course. The foundations laid here will contribute directly to national security, regional stability, and the protection of innocent lives. Thank you.
The Gambia National Army, Brigadier General Sait Njie, the Deputy Military Assistant, Islamic Military Counter-Terrorism Coalition, Major General Abdullah Al-Qureshi, Directors and other principal officers from the Defense and Joint Services Headquarters here present, the COs, and CO Naval Command, distinguished other officers here present, the media fraternity, fellow course-mates, good morning to you all. I thank Allah to be given the opportunity to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of this important training. Today marks the closing ceremony and graduation of 30 personnel of the Gambia Armed Forces who have successfully completed a 3-week intensive training in counter-terrorism operation with special focus on command detonated devices, on exploded ordnances, improvised explosive devices, search, detection, and neutralization techniques. Over the past 3 weeks, participants received comprehensive theoretical instruction and hands-on practical training. The curriculum covered explosive theory, identification of conventional munitions, landmines, and cluster munition, improvised explosive devices, and CBRN-related threats. Trainees also engage in rigorous field exercises involving minefield search and location techniques, improvised explosive device basics, methods of transportation and emplacement, personnel and vehicle searches, route and building clearance, identification of vulnerable points, and the safe diffusing and disposal procedures. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the module also includes identification of improvised explosive threats, marking and clearance operation, and counter-evidence gathering after an incident, among many other competencies. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this capacity building initiative, organized and sponsored by the Islamic Military Counter-Terrorism Coalition of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, has been eagerly awaited and is of immense significance to the Gambia Armed Forces and the EOD team, because it has equipped the Gambia Armed Forces Explosive Ordnance Disposal team, us, with the critical skills necessary for the safe handling and disposal of explosives, as well as enhance us with the rapid and effective response in high-risk environment. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, moreover, the collaboration strengthens our combat readiness and enhances our ability to contribute to national security and to participate in regional and international peace support operations. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we express our profound gratitude to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the Islamic Military Counter-Terrorism Coalition for the invaluable training program. In the same spirit, we humbly request continuous cooperation in the form of follow-up training and equipment support to enhance sustained preparation of our unit with the Gambia's advancing in readiness to join the international partners, including the Islamic Military Counter-Terrorism Coalition, in the preparation to react to the ever-evolving threats of terrorism. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, our appreciation also goes to the British counter-terrorism training instructors from Safe Lane. Dear instructors, Kane and Simon, we thank you for your for sharing with us your extensive operational experience in explosive ordnance device and counter-IED task. And also, it has enriched our learning. Your instructional methods and even your sense of humor have made the training engaging and memorable. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we assure the Islamic Military Counter-Terrorism Coalition, the Gambia Armed Forces, and our instructors that the knowledge and skill gained during this course will be maintained and further improved on through continuous training and practice. As saying goes, train hard, fight easy. We remain fully aware that terrorism and the use of improvised explosive devices are dynamic and constantly evolving. Emerging threats such as drone-borne improvised explosive device and other sophisticated devices demand that we remain vigilant and avoid complacency. Continuous training, therefore, remains the backbone of our preparedness and the hallmark of a professional army. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, we express sincere thanks to the High Command of the Gambia Armed Forces and the Chief of Defense Staff, Gambia Armed Forces, Lieutenant General Mamat OA Cham, for facilitating this valuable capacity building effort. Our gratitude also goes to the Islamic Military Counter-Terrorism Coalition Training Coordinators, the Assistant Military Commander of the Islamic Counter-Terrorism Coalition, Major General Abdullah Al-Quraisi, for honoring this occasion with his presence, and to all who provided support, logistics, catering, and training aids. Furthermore, we want to most profoundly thank the Gambian delegate, Lieutenant Colonel Sidi Balde, who accompanied the training delegation from the International Military Counter-Terrorism Coalition, and also for staying with us throughout the training. Special thanks also goes to the Commandant Gambia Armed Forces Training School and his staff for providing us the conducive environment throughout the training. Our appreciation also goes to the Islamic Military Counter-Terrorism Coalition and the Gambia Armed Forces Public Relations Department cameramen for giving us pictorial coverage and video coverage for the training session, as well as for this graduation ceremony. On a final note, ladies and gentlemen, I would be remiss if I do not extend heartfelt appreciation to the civilian caterers who have been giving us timely and delicious meals throughout this training course. I thank you all for your kind attention.